Let's get into this week's Real Estate Real Talk. And for people trying to sell high-end homes in Los Angeles, it's been some real drama out there. We told you earlier this week about the city's new mansion tax. Homes sold above $5 and $10 million are subject to a new tax where a slice of the sale price goes to the city to fund other housing. Here to give us her reaction, Los Angeles Realtor Keri White. Obviously, Keri, thank you so much for joining us to talk about this specific topic this week.
Of course, right in my home city.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so give us your perspective on the stuff that's happening in LA, the homes that are expensive out here in Boston as well. But a $5 million home in LA isn't exactly the same as a home anywhere else.
Well, true. Yeah, $5 million will get you maybe a guest house or something similar out here. But really, $5 million is a starter price home in most of these luxury cities. So the city's looking at ways to fund issues that they have. So they're going after people with deeper pockets. So yes, what you get in Los Angeles versus other areas like Boston, you're really looking at $1,000 to $1,200 a square foot, which means you'd get a little under a 5,000 square foot house for $5 million, depending on views, location, lot sizes, condition. I mean, you've got people spending $5 million just for land. But with this new tax being on properties over $5 million in Los Angeles and $8 million in Santa Monica specifically, this means that developers or people buying flip homes, when they go to resell the home, they'll have to pay more. So it makes those pieces of land or fixer homes less more as well. So there's just a big trickle down effect that is happening with this new, as we call it, the mansion tax.
So this new rule, we must mention, just took effect, and we saw some homeowners scrambling to make deals before this past weekend. Did you see any surprising sales leading up to this?
Oh, yeah, it's been great. I mean, you've got a bunch of agents and attorneys and financial planners, sellers, buyers looking, how do we avoid this extra tax? Like, how do we make this deal happen? We've had people throw in other pieces of property into their house so that the sales price is lower. We have seen people offering their luxury cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, we've had people offering yachts. We've had people offering their villas in other countries. So people are trying to figure out anything they can to keep that sales price down or as low as possible. We even saw some of the top agents in Los Angeles offering $1 million bonus as commission to an agent if they could bring a buyer that would close by April 1st, that deadline just this past week. Can you believe that? $1 million bonus.
You had me at the Italian villa or a villa in another country added to your already $505 million home plus. Now, what about everyone else out here in the game? Can changes of the prices of the top housing market impact the rest of the market?
Right, yeah. And just to be clear, the regular tax is 0.5% on a transfer. So it's, minimal, like around $50,000 or so on a $5 million house. But now it's being taxed another 4%. So you're seeing $400,000 more in taxes just on a $5 million home. In Santa Monica, it's the $8 million price point. So these are large chunks of money of taxes that they're using towards these other programs. But as I was saying, you've got people that are buying in homes that they plan to resell over $5 million, and their end profit, what they're looking at to make sure they make money, is $400,000, $500,000 lower. But the thing is, certain cities aren't impacted by this. Like LA has incorporated cities, Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, Santa Monica's one, but it has its own rule, Manhattan Beach. So values here may not be impacted like we're seeing in other areas. It's really still a little early to figure it out, but you've had a lot of frustrated sellers scrambling, trying to get their properties sold in the past month. Even though they knew about this since November, they just started trying like 3 weeks ago.
That's how life works. I can imagine that. So what should we be looking for when trying to figure out if this tax is a success or not?
It's a good question, and it's important to note that they do have several lawsuits out against this already. One has already been pushed through because they feel that it is discrimination to people of a certain class, that it's unlawful, it's unconstitutional. So there was this big rush for sales and a ton of lawsuits happening. So it's not looking too good, but only time will really tell what's going to happen with this. Is it going to help with the homeless? I guess we'll see how the cleanup goes on our streets and helping people get into homes and getting help. And we'll see what happens to property values. But right now we're just at the beginning of it. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we will stay tuned and we will check back for sure, Keri. Thanks for your time today.
Of course.
In the meantime, you guys follow Keri on Instagram at Keri Ann. Subscribe to her YouTube channel, Keri White Real Estate. We'll be right back.